to the pick ban process, and it looks like we actually have our bans. It looks like the ban coming out of 2ARC is going to be a Zeratul ban. Let's get that one added in here.
Coming out of 2ARC, they banned Zeratul. Okay, that's peculiar. Because they should know by now that Glaurung is running Warrior. He's obviously filling that Warrior role. Is he actually going to take... Is he going to take Zeratul?
They're looking for Abathur. They're looking for Abathur, and they don't want to worry about that. They're both getting rid of the Void Prison because we're playing on Dragonshire, and Void Prison is quite good. And I think there's a good chance, even though Abathur isn't really that good on this map, 2ARC likes the Abathur play a lot. And I would not be shocked if we saw it, because last game, if I'm not mistaken, we did see an Abathur ban.
Yes, we did. SMG banned out Abathur. It's just surprising because Zeratul was available for Glaurung to take, and he didn't grab it.
Yeah, I mean, he's fitting the role of a tank.
Right.
Up to
so it just surprises me to see that they would go through with that. I mean, I think the only other person that even plays Zeratul is Arthlon, and from as I understand it, he hasn't played Zeratul in a really long time. So interesting to say the least. So then following that, we do see a pick of Vala, first pick for 2ARC. And then SMG follows up with a Falstad and
oh! Nazeebo once again. Now, let's talk about this because Nazeebo has been picked again and again and again here from SMG today, and it's working out really well for them. But that Falstad on 2ARC side last game was getting such big shock and awes. Like, it was really turning fights for 2ARC.
It's true.
And they said, none of that. He's ours.
Yep. So that's scary.
Because
that's scary so far.
When you want to remove that Nazeebo, if he has any damage on him at all, you just throw that shock and awe down at him no matter where you are. Well,
unless he's got that sprint available to him, it's going to be tough. And it was working out really well in Cursed Hollow because, of course, you've got all those narrow passageways, making it difficult for him to juke left, right. So they just said, whatever, we'll just take Falstad too. So they got Falstad, Nazeebo, and I really want to see a crazy pick come out of 2ARC to deal with. You got to deal with Nazeebo. They
got to deal with him.
They did not deal with him well. They had the one time. I think Uther's fine, but you can't rely on Uther dying and walking into the backline to happen to get the Hammer of Justice or the Divine Storm off to kill that Ravenous Spirit.
I mean, Kubi, I've got a question for you. Now, it's not a Kubi's question. It's just a question for Kubi. Do they have the answer? Do they know how to stop this Nazeebo?
They're trying something new. Kerrigan. And we talked about this earlier in the tournament. Kerrigan has 2 stuns available on her basic kit. And, of course, we've been seeing them do some crazy Kerrigan shenanigans. Are we going to see them follow up with Illidan, etc.? Maybe Abathur? He's still available, yeah? He is.
Yeah.
And they also have Tassadar. Ooh, they're setting up for it. Does SMG react? They take Arthas Stitches. They said, no, we'll let you have your crazy composition. I can almost guarantee you that the follow-up here is going to be Illidan Abathur coming out of 2ARC.
Yeah, we saw this from them all day, going for this no tank. Really, I mean, Corey, explain the talents. How do the talents work out, and what's the real uniqueness to this build?
Okay, yeah, it really does involve all 3 of these heroes. Actually, 4.
Ooh, well,
okay, they're just making me look awful. I was gonna give you this long-winded explanation about auto attacks healing. Tassadar was taking that talent at level 4, etc. Abathur hat healing. Those are all some weird talents, but we don't need any of that stuff.
So Anubarak and Brightwing here picked up for 2ARC, and Mad Furion. Once again, we're seeing Mad Furion all day. Mad Timmy, a man after my own heart.
Yes, he loves the support, and you do too. And I think we are ready to start game number 2.
I thought, oh wow, he did finish his rhyme. I was like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And he did it. I love it. All right, boys, we are going into game number 2 here. It is going to be on Dragonshire, the Shire of the Dragons.
I thought you were gonna follow up with a rhyme there.
Nope.
It's like, nah, too much pressure. Can't handle it.
I am not prepared. And wow, look at that sick production. There we go. And we can see Dragonshire instead of a confusing giraffe screen that is a little bit confused. Guys, game number 2 here, best of 5 series. Can 2ARC bring it back?
I think they got it in them.
You think they got it
I
in
do.
them?
I think they got it in
We're
them.
about to find out. And Kubi, who are these dudes that are blue?
Yeah. Who are these dudes that are blue? That's SMG, silly. All right, so we got Arthlon playing Nazeebo once again. Glaurung on Stitches, something he's really well known for. KO on Falstad. Mad Timmy on Malfurion, and Soldier playing Arthas.
And on the opposing red team, we have them. Look at them all lined up here for us.
Doing little
Mr.
dances.
J.
I
Pickles,
love it.
Keepers, Quibsy, Acedia, and Furious D playing their respective heroes, dancing for us. Wow, such form.
I really like that a new rack dance, doing a little tap dance.
Yeah,
thing.
you can even hear him
Makes my
stomping
day.
around.
I'm so happy right now. I love a new rack. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan. I was so sad with the nerfs. He lost Rewind at level 16. This is a slight damage or shielding nerf to his Hardened Carapace W talent or spell, I should say, and of course to his Locust Swarm. That's it. There we go. Finally came to me. There's a bit less lifesteal and damage on that, so we don't see him picked as often. It is quite an odd pick. Certainly, we were expecting to see the Avatar Illidan. Not the case this game.
Not the case.
They're going to be showing us something. I hope so.
I mean, that's really 2ARC saying, look, we don't want to give SMG practice on this just yet. Maybe we want to hide it. Arthlon getting the burrow charge hit on right there, the poly, but it's not enough. The heals from Mad Timmy are going to keep him alive. The big wall here doing a lot of damage to Mr. J. Pickles. And he might actually fall so close, just barely going to live here.
The Brightwing heal. The AoE heal. Okay, so here's another thing we should really talk about. Other than Mad Timmy, it seems as though just about everyone else on SMG has rotated to a different hero than they're used to seeing them on. Soldier almost always plays Zebo. We didn't see that. I might have even called that out wrong when I was doing the introduction because I'm so used to seeing him on Soldier. So used to seeing him on Zebo. And then Glaurung rotating over Stitches, that's fine, but you got Soldier on Arthas, and then it's different. Arthlon's playing.
Yeah, I mean,
Zebo.
Arth on the Zebo is like, this is a mix-up. This is like almost like a confidence play of SMG saying, look, we can actually just swap around and still beat you.
That's good. That's really important for a pro team to have, though. You got to have, the ability to be flexible in terms of hero picks, because you're not always going to get what you want, and you got to have multiple people that can play multiple heroes. It's just how it has to be.
Well, and it's working out pretty well for him so far. Mr. J. Pickles taking a decent amount of damage from KO, but he does have those stuns. Look at the zoning you have with that and both the roots, just keeping them locked down. Such a powerful combination. But Keepers is going in. This is a risky play because it is 4v3 in the bottom lane. Keepers taking a lot of damage, and he's just going to barely get out.
That's very, very close.
Oh, but the big rotation from Quibsy, vaulting offensively, and the root's going to go down to kill him, but it's going to be a trade here, 1-for-1. Big stuns from Manubrack, but Mr. J. Pickles is going to fall for it, and Keepers needs to back on out because if the hook, he's furiously nicely zoning.
Okay, that was perfect. That's the exact thing that you should do in that situation. Obviously, the thing that was on everyone's mind in that chase situation was Stitch's hook. Does he have it up? We need to body block for that in case he does.
Well, level 4 has been achieved.
Level 4 has been achieved. Okay, so let's see. We have Gathering Power, nothing too crazy. Actually, I talked to Glaurung in the interim of some of these matches as to why he was taking the basic attack, drops down his trait. It turns out it does more damage. He ran the numbers on it, and it happens to be a better talent than taking the slam. Does the trait damage. So that's an interesting thing to take note of. Standard stuff from Arthas, he has Venom. That's just to allow for extra ganking potential. Increases his DPS. Shield ally on Malfurion, and another Gathering Power on Falstad. Pretty standard takes.
Keeper's going in, he gets the stun, the root, the hook, everything. Not the hook, but on Arthlon's there in the wall.
If he had nailed that wall, that was it.
Yeah, that would have been it. But
that would have been GG
very
for
close,
Keepers right there.
Close.
Okay,
Soldier going in here, going hard.
Can he do it? Can he do it?
Frozen Tempest over the wall. Is the heal from Brightwing?
Oh my god!
So very clutch, very close there. Action everywhere on the map. Glaurung taking a lot of damage, backing up here. He might have to tap well if he has it. The hook at max range. Quibsy trying to get out of here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Moonfire, is it there? It's not going to be there. He's backing it up, playing safe, and wow,
this
just
is an action-packed game.
It really is.
It's crazy. I keep trying to go back. I'm looking at the talent screen. I look, oh, this craziness is happening. Like level 6, there's full team fights happening. What is going on here, guys?
And, a lot of pressure here. Arthlon's his pressure's been more or less dealt with, but every time he gets a chance, he comes back down and says, look, I want the experience here on those towers. Want level 10 first here for SMG.
Of course. So, once again, I believe Tassadar has opted to take the shield. If auto attacks that are dealt out, I think you heal 30% of the damage dealt for the shielded target. He has taken that once again. So likely they are relying on one of either Anubarak or Kerrigan to dive in, deal a lot of auto attacks to stay alive. Interesting. And we do see Kerrigan dying in that situation. Quibsy just barely able to get past and get that healing well so that he does not die.
So many close encounters here. Arthlon,
they are dancing with fire here.
It's back and forth, back and forth. They're going to try to grab this. We see the zoning here from Glaurung on Mr. J Pickles. They're going to grab this first. Dragonite, are they going to get it? They're very close. Bottom lane being a lot of aggression as well. And looks like the Dragonite is going to be achieved here by KO.
And they are going to push down mid lane, at least to take these towers. We'll see if they try to push in to take the fort. They would probably have to get a couple kill advantage to even manage to do that. But. All right, so one other thing that I wanted to point out, they're just going to fight again because, of course, they know I'm trying to talk about talents. It's just what they do. All right, I think we got a bit of a lull right here. So they're going an auto attack build on Bala.
As soon as they take talents on.
All
right, let's go.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so they take Rancor and Manticore into battle momentum.
Ah, cool. Very cool.
So that's not what you see typically. Normally, there's a multi-shot build that's happening just to make sure that you can stay back enough because their auto attack range isn't really anything to write home about, but they're going with it, and I'm curious to see how that applies, how that works in team fights. Is she able to get close enough without dying to do this? But of course, things will, once we hit level 10 for both teams, we'll have to see, which of course SMG has been there for about a level now. And no crazy talents picked up. Once again, we are seeing the Tranquility likely to go into Ice Block level 13 for Malfurion. Furious D gets hooked, able to back out, of course, because of his Dimensional Shift ability. And no team fight seems to go pursuit, and SMG is posturing to take these knights here. Does 2ARC see this?
Yeah.
Keepers is poking.
Really aggressive play, but look
They're
how quickly those knights,
Wow.
they just got melted.
Look at this
but
positioning.
SMG is going for the root. The Gorge goes down on the Kerrigan player. A big Emerald Wind trying to stone them out, but KO is going to get obliterated by Quibsy's. Oh, look at the positioning on that Ravenous Spirit, though. I mean, Strafe did a lot of work, but Ravenous is doing just as much. But Quibsy found Arthalon, and the Ultralisk is actually whamming away here on Mad Timmy. Trying to zone out here. Very low Glaurung is. He's going to fall, but the trades are here.
Oh, no.
Asadia, are you going to be able to get out of this? The shielding from Furious D and the heals of Brightwing.
And he had Howling Blast off cooldown this time, so. Okay. I will say the team fight, the way it started, was really weird. 2ARC kind of got this weird surround position. They moved up, and then Brightwing sort of just moved in and said, wow, there's a lot of people around me. I should probably Emerald Win. And it kind of seemed like he Emerald Win just for the sake of Emerald Winning, and he didn't actually have the position to do it. So it sort of pushed people into the situation that they were already in and didn't get too much to at least allow 2ARC to initiate that fight. I don't know how you feel about that one.
Yeah, the Emerald Wind really just pushed everyone in directions all over the place, secluding Quibsy and really letting the Ravenous do a lot of work. Now, the positioning, the fact that, you know, we always have the Nazebo player, in this case, Arthalon, in the back line. Emerald Wind, if you can't zone her out and seclude her to get not, I always call Nazebo her. I always think it's her, but him, Nazebo out, you know, it might not be working out that well. A nice little Howling Blast there, and no follow-up.
Cool. He was really far forward, though. He just walked in and was like, I'm taking this fight. Let's go. Of course, this team was a little bit behind, but, I mean, you know, look at something to catch him out of position. Who knows? But
nice little juke of the hook there by Quibsy, knowing that it might be going in the top portion. We got the Siege Giant defense here for both teams, trying to get the maximum value out of their Siege Giants. Tank battles here, forcing our new Rec player out. And the Shrine's going to be taken for 2ARC, but Glaurung is looking for that kill. Another really, really kind of early Emerald Win. Now, no one on their team was really kind of in a bad position. Like, it didn't really accomplish anything. Did a little bit of damage, but SMG hadn't really initiated hard yet, so I don't like that Emerald Win one bit.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about this yet, but Keepers, once again, Ultralisk.
Well, yeah, once again, the Ultralisk here, it's really interesting stuff, but the hook is there. Dimensional Shift going to be able to get them out.
There it is.
And there's the Ultra doing a lot of work here. Chase, but you can't control it. It just attacks whatever it wants, and he's going to throw down his wall and just pull out his Ravenous Spirit, but they're going in on Arthalon. The Ultralisk actually doing a lot of work. Shields come down, and Tranquility going to heal him up, getting him out of here. He's actually going to live.
Wow. They put a lot of resources in. It was a huge risk for Mr. J Pickles to just dive in to kill, and he did get the interrupt a little bit late on the Ravenous Spirit, but he was like, okay, I'm just gonna kill this guy. He was taking a ton of damage from the Ultralisk, and just the way that the heals started chaining together, it just didn't pan out, and they were trying so hard to kill Arthalon. They just couldn't do it. They spent too many resources. Ended up with a couple people dying on their team in Uberak and Kerrigan as well. So good stuff to SMG there for keeping Nazebo alive.
Yeah, I mean, just really clutch. We're seeing so much value out of Tranquility time and time again here with this composition. And just the ability to really zone for him was really, really strong. Dragonite achieved for SMG, and they're going to push with it.
They're going to poke in just a little bit, very light poking. It looks as though the rest of SMG will be rotating down to secure that bottom fort. Pretty standard Dragonite stuff. Just Dragonite things.
Just Dragonite things, indeed, as he smacks away and deletes structures
Yep.
from the game with his fiery breath. Quibsy very far forward here. Very bold play.
Yeah, they're poking out. They've had enough of these shenanigans. But, I mean, while all this is going on, Dragonite will take that. And actually, he's poking a little bit further forward. Yeah, he's just taking the wall.
Yep, he's just saying, look, we're going to open your doors. Just SMG things.
Yep.
Just Dragonite and SMG things. Just like saying, look, we don't even need that for it. It'll die on its own. But Arthalon is actually going to get blocked into the wall here, trying to escape. And it is going to be an Nazebo player, but look at that sprinting.
Yeah, he got himself into a position. There was no Sprint was not going to save him there.
No.
Gosh, these guys are just taking the weirdest talents. We don't even have enough time to talk about all this stuff. Burning Rage on a Nubarak.
I
mean, there's the shield upgrade on that talent, which just gives you more shield.
And after the shield
after
nerf,
it's
you'd
nerfed,
expect
yeah, you would think that people would take that, but Burning Rage. And they have no stealthy on their team, so I think the idea behind this build was to just give a Nubarak the shield, have him do a ton of autos, heal, and just sort of be that really annoying presence. And Acedia, it barely pushed anyone, and he was hoping to buy himself a little bit of time, just didn't end up panning out.
I mean, it was the right play to try to get out, but did not prevail there. So losing their healer, you're going to open up the door for these Knights, as
it's so hard to
2ARC has to respect the fact that there might be all 5 here, especially with KO flying in here. Shock it off! Oh,
wow, they
barely
actually
vaulting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, really impressive vault there, but these Knights are going to go in favor. And look at this Ravenous Spirit just coming in from behind. Quibsy is going to lose his life. Does he tap the well? He does, but it's not enough to keep him alive. And Furious D is going to get out as the Ravenous Spirit does expire. The fort has finally fallen after this wall.
Words.
Words are hard, guys. The wall failed before that, and we have the Knights pushing down the top lane here.
So, yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting to see. They had their Nubarak just dive into the middle there. It just wasn't enough damage. So he goes in, pops Locust Nest, gets the shield to do auto attacks. They're hoping with the Burning Rage and everything, it's just enough DPS to try to kill someone out before Nubarak dies and have dealt enough damage to the team that's surrounding him. Maybe it's the level differential right now, or he's just not getting the positioning quite right, but it's just not working out in order to get kills. It was close. It was really close. They got Glaurung down to about 10% HP. It just wasn't enough. So they may have to reevaluate how they approach the team fights.
Yeah, indeed. And, you know, like you said, they're getting close. They're not really just getting stomped super hard. And look at this zoning, just making sure that you're going to be safe there. Another just like little point on this map that makes Nazebo and Malfurion so very strong. But not in time for the Dragonite. That root actually bought just enough time.
I was about to say that. I was like, that would be really cute if that was the whole plan. There was just to stall it long enough, and it timed out so well.
So close. Clutch plays here by SMG. They've got the near 2-level advantage here. Yep. 14 kills, 2-4, and they're up 3 forts.
Wow. Triple blood for blood coming out of 2ARC. They want that heal. They want that sustain.
They need that sustain because they just need that extra sustain.
Yep.
Now, Furion getting so much value with the heroic. And Brightwing, yeah, she has a lot of sustain over time, but, you know, Brightwing Tassadar is still maybe not as much healing as Malfurion in that burst kind of scenario.
Just more poking coming out of the Dragonite. Of course, Glaurung's inside there. He's got a lot of HP pool in case he gets himself caught into a weird position. Shouldn't be the case, though. SMGs, of course, they're backing him up. Yep, I don't think they're going to press to take this keep. Mr. J. Pickles seems to have either caught himself out of position or threw himself into a fight that he was not going to take in any crazy situation. And Keepers is hooked by Glaurung and engorged immediately. The rest of the team will, of course, be there to set it up. He pops Ultralisk.
My goodness, everything is exploding. The Emerald Wind there was actually clutch, keeping Quibsy alive because of the time to zone, and just barely not able to get the kill there on Tassadar, just barely backing up. But
I don't know how I feel about him popping Ultralisk. He was like, knew he was going to die, and I just didn't see it turning the fight in any situation. Of course, you have Vala down for another 30 seconds. Kerrigan's down for another 15. Is it time for SMG to do SMG things? It looks like it is.
It looks like it is. This core is in for a hurt, and SMG is looking to take the series up 2-0 in this best of 5.
There's no stopping this. Wow. I like that. I like the Manor Ice Block. That's really nice. Good job. Good job from Mad Furion.
Mad Furion, Mr. Mad Timmy, the Mad Furion Master. Yeah. Now, if he was really a boss, he'd have the Master skin.
It's true. How do you feel about that? You're not happy?
I'm a little disappointed.
A little disappointed.
I want those epic mouth antlers. So, Kubi, you're 2ARC Gaming. Is it worth banning out Nazebo at this point?
At this point, yeah. Okay, look at if you look what they picked, and I'm looking back on it, Nubarak is obviously a very strong counter to Nazebo. That's one of the reasons why we see Nazebo picked so much, is that Nubarak was too scary to deal with. The rewind, the impaling, the burrow charge, all of that was just designed to just destroy Ravenous Spirit. And then on top of that, you have Kerrigan, Brightwing's Emerald Wind. They had a lot of resources to deal with Ravenous Spirit. Doesn't matter. Still got a ton of value out of it. I think it's time for a ban.
So